Welcome back to Rise Kids. It is a hot and sunny day here in Cumnock, and I have just finished the prayer meeting live on Facebook. So before we go any further, before I tell you what today's recipe is, because we've just finished the prayer meeting, I wanted to remind you guys that this month we have been praying for the United Kingdom. All the boys and girls, everybody across the United Kingdom, in Scotland, in Ireland, in England, in Wales, but especially the boys and girls in London, because that was where Paddington lives and where he sent us his postcard from. But today, hot off the presses, I have received another postcard from Paddington, so you can finish praying for the boys and girls in London and in Scotland, and we've just done that in the prayer meeting. So we are now going to be praying for all the boys and girls in Cambodia. Now that is a very long way away. Paddington has gone from here all the way to here. He has travelled quite a bit this month to go all the way to Cambodia. And you know, here in Scotland, in the United Kingdom, we have just started school and nursery this week and gone back to college. And Paddington's little postcard this week tells me about a little girl called Lil in Cambodia. And in Cambodia, they speak, wait till you hear this, 50 different languages. 50 different languages! And it says that poor little Lil, when she started school, she only spoke one language. So when she got there and her teacher was trying to teach her, guess what? She didn't understand a word the teacher was saying because the teacher was speaking a completely different language. So the lovely people at UNICEF stepped in and they managed to find a teacher for Lil who spoke her language and could also teach her the language that they were using at school. Isn't that good? So we want you guys to pray this month for all the boys and girls in Cambodia, that God would help them at school just like he's going to help you at school. Okay? So that's who we're praying for this week, Cambodia. And as I said to you when we started this video, hello, I'm going to try and say hello to you in Cambodian. Okay, so wait for this. I'm going to say Sutsdi. Sutsdi. Soksabai. And that means, hello, how are you? So there you go. You learn lots of things when you tune into Rise Kids, don't you? So I'm going to put Paddington's little postcard, which I find a little bit blue tack, up here to remind me every time I come into my kitchen this week that we are praying for all the boys and girls in Cambodia. Okay? There you go, Paddington. I've told them. But today we have got my favourite food. Love this food because today we are going to be making some lovely, delicious popcorn. Now in my house, Jordan and Hope, they like the sweet popcorn, they like the toffee popcorn, but my favourite is the salted popcorn. I love the salted popcorn. I love watching movies and eating my big bag of popcorn. And you know something? Even my dog likes the popcorn. He goes crazy when you pop that corn. Now, you may be wondering, why, Gillian, are we talking about popcorn? Well, do you know, remember last week we were making Rice Krispie treats, and I was talking about how on the box of Rice Krispies it says that we got to crack, we got to crackle, pop, snap, crackle and pop for Jesus. Because we just love Jesus so much, we just want the whole world to know about him, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to get excited and let the world know how exciting Jesus is and how amazing Jesus is. And if we thought snap, crackle and pop, Rice Krispies, get a little bit excited, well, when you pop one of these in the microwave, by jings, do they go poppity pop pop pop. And we're going to listen to see. Peter, are you ready for this? Do you think we'll be able to hear? I'm going to put this on. Let me see. I'm going to pop it on at 3, 2, 3. We're going to listen. Because at first you don't notice anything. At first all it is just my microwave making a whole lot of noise. But eventually you will start to hear one little pop, two little pops, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and it just goes pop, 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 pop. Popcorn just cannot help itself when it gets so heated up. It's as if it gets really exciting. So let's listen to see if we can hear. I'm listening. I hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, lots now. Oh, wow. Can you hear that going pop, pop, pop? I don't know if you can see my microwave, the bag getting bigger and bigger and bigger because it's going crazy with poppiness. Pop, 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 pop. I'm listening. I'm still listening. Have you got more popping to go? I think it has. Go on, keep popping. It's going crazy. The bag is jumping in the microwave. Keep going. It's still going. You just can't stop it from going poppity pop pop pop. But I'm gonna open the door. Oh, maybe not. Oh. Still going pop. You just can't stop the pop. Can you hear me? Oh. Listen to that pop 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 pop. My goodness, my popcorn has gone crazy. Oh, wonder if I can get it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yummy. Delicious popcorn. Is it that amazing? Oh, it's so hot. Look. Yummy. I love popcorn. And the reason we're talking about popcorn is because not only do we want to snap and we want to crackle and we want to pop and we want to tell the world about Jesus, but we should also praise Jesus for everything he's done, for all the great things he has done in our life. And you know, there's a story in the Bible. And in that story, there is a man who was born blind. And you can find this story in Luke chapter 18 and verse, wait till I find it, 35, little 35, okay? Now, Jesus and his friends were heading towards Jericho, and there was a man who was born blind, who was sitting by the side of the road. Now, do you know, this man was a little bit like this popcorn. He was just sitting there at the side of the road. There wasn't a lot of pop in him. He felt a bit flat, a bit down, because that was all he did. Day in, day out, he just sat at the side of the road and begged for food. But this day, he heard a little noise. He heard a little rustling. And he asked some people, what's going on? And they said, Jesus is coming to town. Well, do you know what? Just like when I put that popcorn, this flat popcorn in my microwave and it started to get bigger and it started to pop a little bit, that's what happened to this man. He got a little bit excited. He started to heat up a little bit. He started to go pop, pop, pop. Wait a minute. Jesus is coming? Pop. I've heard about him. Pop. I've heard that he heals people. Pop. I wonder if he could heal my blindness. Pop. I wonder if he could help me to see. Pop. Well, very soon he got so excited that he just couldn't keep quiet. And he started to shout as loud as he could, Jesus! Pop, 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 pop. He started to shout, he started to shout, he started to scream, pop, pop, pop. Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me, pop, pop, pop. And you know, the people tried to shush him. The people tried to say, be quiet, keep quiet, shh, you get into trouble. But you know what? Nothing could stop him. He shouted even louder, pop, 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 pop. Jesus, have mercy on me. Peter's covering his ears, but I'm sure that this man shouted even louder than I'm doing right now. He was so excited. And do you know what? Jesus stopped what he was doing. He went over to this man and he said, what can I do for you? And the man said, Jesus, I want to be able to see. And you know what? Jesus, like that, healed that man. He gave him back his sight. He was able to see. And you know, it says that after that, that man went about following Jesus. He went about shouting. He went about cheering. He went about praising God for all he was worth. And it says that everyone who witnessed it started praising too. They went from being a flat, boring bag to bursting with flavour, bursting with noise, bursting with worship. They just couldn't control it. They just wanted everyone to know about this great God who does amazing things. And you know, last week I told you that I had been busy. I'd been out down the river, and I was collecting all kinds of rocks. I was collecting big rocks, I was collecting middle-sized rocks, I was collecting small rocks, I was even collecting teeny toty tiny rocks down by the river last week. And you know, it says in the Bible that there was one day just after this happened with the blind man, that Jesus and his disciples were walking down the road, and the disciples got so excited that they started to worship God. They started to cry out how amazing God was, how he was the King, how he was worthy of all the praise, how he had done great things. It says God has given us a King, they exalted. Long live the King. All of heaven rejoice. Glory to God in the highest heavens. But you know what? Some people weren't happy. Some people weren't thrilled that Jesus had done all these miracles. They weren't thrilled that people were calling him the King. They weren't thrilled that people were popping for joy wherever Jesus went. And they gave Jesus a row and they said, you better tell these people to be quiet, to stop saying these things about you. And you know what Jesus said? He said, if these people stay quiet, if they don't pop with excitement and shout my praises, do you know what? These rocks will do it for them. That is how amazing Jesus is. His whole creation, it says in the Bible, the whole creation just shouts out how amazing, how wonderful, how fabulous they are. So if we don't shout and pop how amazing God is, then the rocks, the plants, the flowers, the sky, the clouds, everything that he has created will shout it for us. Because you know what? God is worthy of our praise. He is worthy to get excited about. He is worthy to go pop, 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 amazing about, and tell everyone how awesome and how amazing God is, who provides such great things for us, who gives us such good things, who does such amazing miracles in our lives day after day. So guys, this week, ask your mummies and daddies to get you some popcorn. Try making it yourself, but remember, when you hear that pop, 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 remember this week that pop for Jesus wherever you go. When you're in school this week, don't be ashamed of Jesus. Don't be ashamed to say how amazing and how wonderful he is. Don't you stay silent, but pop, pop, pop and praise our wonderful God. Love you guys, and I will see you next week.
This is no performance, Lord, I pray it's worship. Empty words I can't afford. I'm not chasing feelings, that's not why I'm singing. You're the reason for my song. Put every voice. And I only wanna sing if I sing with everything. If I sing for you, my King. Oh, I can't imagine why I would do this all for high. 'Cause it's all to lift you high. Come on. Whoa. You don't want perfection, just my soul's attention. All I have is what I'll give. Come on. And more than a song that lasts a moment, I live a life of honest worship. If I'm here to sing, then I sing with purpose. All the praise, Lord, you deserve it now. I only wanna sing if I sing with everything. If I sing for